Welcome to this week's Quick Charge. Just before Jesus ascended, he said to his followers, "All the authority of the universe has been given to me. Now go in my authority." Why do we need spiritual authority? Well, last week we've discovered that we need this authority because the world, this realm, is by nature resistant and not compliant. It is subject to a spirit of lawlessness because the devil is a trespasser. In the parable of the wheat and tares, the enemy in the parable entered the field that was not his own, that didn't belong to him. And then he sowed tares, contrary to what the owner wanted, usurping the owner's will. That kind of behavior is the nature of a lawbreaker. We need the authority of Jesus because of the prevailing resistance. But we also need to employ and exercise the authority of Jesus because this age, this realm, and this dimension is ultimately supernatural and not natural or human. The greater realm is always the invisible realm and not what we see, touch, or feel. So our human means, our human methods, and our human might, all of our resources, our abilities, and our ingenuities are woefully inadequate and insufficient. We're outgunned, outmaneuvered, and outmanned by whatever is happening in the spirit realm when we do not have his authority. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Our own efforts, energies, strength, and power can never answer what the spirit realm presents. We simply don't have the equipping on our own to be effective, successful, and victorious. The human side is no match for whatever the invisible realm presents. In Acts 19, the Bible says a Jewish leader of the people had 7 sons. These sons were trying to cast out a demon. The demon said, "I know Jesus, and I know about Paul, but who are you?" Then the man with the demon jumped on the sons. He had power over them, and he beat them. They ran out of the house with no clothes on, and they were hurt. That evil spirit was not concerned about or intimidated by any of their human abilities, but rather his concern was whether or not they had God's authority. Their abilities and strengths alone were no match for the evil spirit. And because they were acting without true spiritual authority, the demon, quote unquote, had power over them. When Jesus encountered the man in the tombs in Mark chapter 5, the Bible says no one was strong enough to subdue the man. Their human strength was no match for that demonic power. This is why Paul tells us in 2 Corinthians 10, "It is true, we live in a body of flesh, but we do not fight like people of the world. We do not use those things to fight with that the world uses. We use the things that God gives to fight with, and they have power. Those things that God gives to fight with destroy the strong places of the devil." Even though we're human, we can't oppose or fight or subdue or overcome with human implements, human arms, human weapons, or human force. We have to use the things that God gives. We need the authority of Jesus to address and affect the supernatural realm, that invisible, greater, and higher realm. And we have it in Jesus Christ. Join me next week for more of Put Your Weight Into It. God bless.